Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing now a series of Secrets of Career Analysis podcasts for all you beautiful people. This may be helpful, especially if you are looking to succeed in your current job or looking to change your career path or do something in case you have lost your job due to artificial intelligence, AI, and so on and so forth. First of all, let me dispel the fear that AI is going to do anything like taking your jobs and making everybody jobless. That's not going to be the case, at least so far as I'm concerned. Even though I use AI in my podcasts extensively, that is just a correlation mechanism between the notes I have already made from 2 certification courses I have done. By the way, the entire Vedic Astrology basic course is available now online in the memberships area in case you wish to deep dive and understand all the basics there is to know about this thing called Vedic Astrology. That is also made using AI. But that is just a capturing mechanism for my own notes and my own understanding and my experience of reading charts. Okay, so it is not like blindly I have put AI into the business. That's not the way AI works anyway. Alright, so talking of secrets of career analysis, first I'm going to be doing between Natal and Navamsha and using the Jaimini system of astrology. Going forward, I shall be explaining to you all the principles of Amatyakaraka as it relates to your career, as it relates to Jaimini astrology, and what tips you can take from there to understand your career paths and your planets and points. And going forward, I shall even be doing the case studies like I did for all the previous ones. So let's begin with the basics, part 1. Number 1, what is Amatyakaraka in Jaimini astrology? What does it mean by saying Amatyakaraka? It directly means, translated from Sanskrit, it means the minister. Atmakaraka being the king or the soul aspect. Amatyakaraka is the planet in your natal chart which is of second highest degree angle. Jaimini system considers angles. Okay. This is planet with the second highest degree in your natal chart is your Amatyakaraka. Think of Amatyakaraka as the second house of your natal chart if you use traditional astrology. The Amatyakaraka planet is responsible for earning wealth, income for your family. That planet, that sign, whatever it is sitting on, that is what is responsible for your wealth earning capacity, or in what way you will be doing your profession. What is your profession really like? We'll be using this form of analysis. Check the planetary significations first, the sign which the planet is sitting on next, and then the house placements later in that order of significance. In order for us to understand the energies that are playing into your career part of your life. This is one part of your life. We are only discussing career here. Check the placement of the sign and placement in natal, and then see which sign or house it travels to in the Navamsha. First check all the natal aspects and then see where it goes into the Navamsha. Natal is where it will play out in the physical reality, like we discussed before in the Nakshatrapada series. Navamsha shows the part that will provide the qualities and characteristics to the Amatyakaraka planet. And you shall see all this as we go forward. Don't panic too much if you find all these concepts very alien, okay? Hang in with me. Now, as you can see in the slide, this one, check basics part 2. I have taken a case here. For example, the natal chart is on your left, displayed there, and Navamsha of the same person is displayed on the right, okay? So we have 2 charts, natal as well as Navamsha. Now the number of karakas I am using in Jaiminis for the sake of this study is 7 karakas. I am not using Rahu. Okay, it's not 8 karakas, it is 7. So the AMK which is said here is Amatyakaraka in this person's case, which is Saturn. And the Saturn, first we have to see as per the rules is where it is placed. It is placed in the 5th house in the sign of Gemini in the natal chart. But in Navamsha, it goes to the sign of Aquarius in the 10th house, the same planet. So the travel of the Amatyakaraka from Natal to Navamsha, it has changed sign, it has changed house as well. Planet is the same. Okay? Bear this in mind as we go forward. I'm going to stick this introduction in every single podcast just for ease. If you have seen this before, just skip to the part where you want to come to the learning part. Basics part 3. I have used 7 karakas which are considered in this study. The Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. Totally 7 solid planets, ignoring Rahu and Ketu as the basis, as per the scriptures. Okay? Aspects of the karakas are different from the main system. In Jaimini system, the aspects are considered based on the signs where they're aspecting each other. Fixed signs aspect all movable signs except the one next to them. Movable signs aspect all the fixed signs except the one next to them, and dual signs aspect one another. Just remember this. You can even GPT it if you want. So it is based on the rules of the Jaimini system, not the mainstream system. Okay? Just understand this. After I cover the planets as Amatyakaraka, and going forward by Amatyakaraka in Navamsha and that characteristic, this itself will be very large number of podcasts. Then I shall begin the case study podcast for better learning and grounding, because learning astrology without studying any amount of doing charts, natal charts, studying n number of charts, okay, unless we indulge in that, well, the study of astrology just becomes esoteric. It has no grounding, it has no value. It's like studying physics without any proof in the lab. You have to prove it. Is this true for me or not? That should be your question. It can't be just an idle rant or a philosophical rant of some kind. Vedic astrology is as real as it gets, folks. Okay? Let us discuss Sun as Amatyakaraka. As you can see in the slide there, I have put everything. You can even take screenshots and save it for further reference. The Sun, you must understand every planet in terms of the people associated with the planet, in terms of types of work associated with the planet, and in conjunctions how it plays out. All these 3 are required. Okay? Every planet will be going through similar structure for ease of understanding. Sun, the people the Sun is associated with is father, bosses, authority figures, people working in government circles or the government itself. Sun is the government, Sun is the king. In modern day language, it may be called the government. What is its attitude of the Sun? Sun is disciplined, Sun is punctual, Sun is ethical. A good Sun in your chart will give you a good moral compass. A good Sun in your chart will give you a good self-sacrificing nature. It's the nature of a good father who sacrifices his life for the sake of his family. The types of work associated with the Sun, since we are talking about career, is governmental work. You might be working for the government. If Sun becomes the Amatyakaraka in your chart, in your natal chart, there are chances you might be working for the government. There might be a chance you might be working for institutional heads of government, different branches of government. Government is not one singular thing, yes? You might even be working for legal and judicial as a head. Anything, think of head, CEO, executive management. Educational and power positions that can also be associated with the Sun as Amatyakaraka. Event management can also be a thing in Sun. We shall see that in conjunctions, because Sun in the 5th house is for celebration. So typically event management heads are also have a good Sun in them. Okay. It can also be for modern day politicians. Earlier there used to be kings and ministers. These days we have politicians who are far more bent than we would expect, right? Anyway, conjunctions. Now, Sun as Amatyakaraka in conjunction with different planets. First, with Mars. Sun as Amatyakaraka combined with Mars, conjunct Mars or aspected by Mars even in the 4th or the 8th, or in trine to Mars, Will give careers in military, politics, surgery, because Mars is a violent planet, yes, so Mars cuts things. So surgery, law enforcement, and sports managers. Sun as Amatyakaraka conjunct with Venus will give careers in performing arts, films, fashion, luxury, branding, creative entrepreneurship. Understand this as the principles which can be used generally also. We are doing the Jaimini system, but the same planetary principles apply across the board. Sun conjunct with Mercury will give you careers relating to public relations, especially if Sun is Amatyakaraka, public relations, law, politics, media, and business communications. Sun as Amatyakaraka, or the planet with second highest degree in your chart, will give you careers with Jupiter. When it's conjunct with Jupiter, government policy authorities, regulatory body workers, people who make regulatory laws, legal and judicial heads like judge, high courts, supreme courts, and so on, heads of banking and financing institutions, heads of departments, typically institutional when Sun conjuncts Jupiter, institutional heads or executive authorities, because Sun is an authority figure. Sun as Amatyakaraka, when it is conjunct with Saturn, will give government or judiciary administration. Saturn is an administrator, policy makers, executive leadership, CEOs. A good Sun and Saturn combination will make a CEO. However, when the malefics like Rahu and Ketu aspect, things turn a little sideways, because Rahu and Ketu are not conventional planets, right? They are just abstract points of expansion and contraction. So Sun as Amatyakaraka, when it is aspected or conjoined with Rahu, will give careers like social media influencers, software industry CEOs like Sam Altman or Elon Musk, marketing executives, smartphone or electronic industry CEOs like that guy of Nvidia, whoever that fellow is, warehouses, storage industry leaders. Why have I put warehouses and storage? Because Rahu loves to store stuff. Rahu stores junk value things. So warehouses can also be one line of career. Supply chain industry is full of warehousing, isn't it? If Sun as Amatyakaraka conjunct Ketu or aspected by Ketu, what does that lead to? It could lead to good careers in mathematics professors, because Ketu is highly good in mathematics, trigonometry and calculus to be specific. They could also be working as heads of non-profit organizations, because Ketu is not interested in materialistic aspects. We know this. Research organization and executives, because Ketu is responsible for examination or micro-examination of things, research. So research organizations, and Sun being the head, it can become a good career path for them as research organization executives. All of this will be better understood when we do more into placement and career and case studies. For now, just understand these principles. We shall handle Moon as Amatyakaraka next. Stay tuned.
Career Studies, Sun as Amatyakaraka. When the Sun becomes the Amatyakaraka, the guiding minister planet to the soul's mission, it channels its core attributes of authority, discipline, moral integrity, leadership, and public presence into the execution of professional goals. This placement brings a career attitude rooted in responsibility, visibility, and adherence to principles. The Sun as Amatyakaraka seeks professional environments where decisions have weight and where one's actions are seen as setting standards for others. Such individuals often gravitate toward roles in governance, executive leadership, public administration, or any domain where ethical decision-making and high accountability are essential. They value reputation, honor, and a legacy of service, preferring to lead by example rather than follow. When strong, this placement gives clarity of purpose, decisiveness, and the ability to inspire loyalty. When afflicted, it can manifest as ego-driven leadership, intolerance for dissent, or conflicts with authority. The professional path is fueled by a need to uphold personal and institutional credibility, making these individuals natural figureheads in their chosen field. First house, career focus, self-driven professions, leadership from the front, independent ventures, political leadership, public service, starting organizations. Strengths, strong personal authority, natural leadership presence, ability to influence career direction, high visibility in profession. Challenges, ego clashes, resistance to advice, career setbacks if public image is damaged. Second house, career focus, finance, banking, public speaking, family-run enterprises, wealth management, policy making related to resources. Strengths, gains through family support, strong oratory for professional influence, stability in income, respected for values. Challenges, overemphasis on status symbols, family disputes affecting work, rigid value systems blocking adaptability. Third house, career focus, media, politics, publishing, entrepreneurship, performing arts, communications-based leadership. Strengths, courage in professional ventures, ability to lead in networking and campaign-driven roles, persuasive authority. Challenges, authoritarian tone in communication, rivalry with peers or siblings, overcommitment to multiple ventures. About a fourth house, career focus, government administration, real estate, education sector leadership, homeland projects, public welfare programs. Strengths, strong public respect through local leadership, stability through state or institutional roles, deep emotional connect with masses. Challenges, domestic politics influencing career, relocation pressures, career tied too closely to personal comfort zones. Fifth house, career focus, politics, education leadership, creative industries, stock markets, strategic management, roles managing subordinates. Strengths, high creative intelligence, strategic decision-making, influential mentor or manager, talent cultivation skills. Challenges, speculative risks harming reputation, overconfidence, possible disputes with subordinates. Sixth house, career focus, civil service, military, judiciary, law enforcement, healthcare administration, technical fields requiring discipline. Strengths, authority in competitive environments, mastery over complex problem solving, respected crisis handler. Challenges place rivalries, bureaucratic resistance, risk of overburden from service obligations. Seventh house, career focus, diplomacy, political coalitions, joint ventures, public relations, corporate partnership management. Strengths, ability to gain status through alliances, strong negotiation power, leadership in client-facing sectors. Challenges, dependence on partners' credibility, public scrutiny of associations, vulnerability to image damage from alliances, air focus, research leadership, crisis management, insurance, taxation, investigation, reformist administration. Strengths, expertise in confidential or high-stakes domains, transformational leadership, resilience through upheavals. Challenges, sudden career disruptions, risk of scandal, hidden opposition. Ninth house, career focus, academic leadership, judiciary, religious or cultural institutions, policymaking in international organizations. Strengths, moral authority, respect in academic legal circles, policy influence across borders, philosophical leadership. Challenges, rigidity in moral code, ideological clashes, career tied to institutional politics. 10th house, career focus, government, high authority roles, executive management, administrative command, corporate governance. Strengths, directional strength for maximum authority, strong public recognition, influential leadership in decision-making bodies. Challenges, power struggles with seniors or juniors, responsibility overload, political rivalry. 11th higher focus, large organizations, political leadership, industry bodies, activism, mass influence sectors. Strengths, expansive networks, strong influence over collective goals, access to elite circles, effective coalition building. Challenges, overextension into multiple associations, risk of diluting authority, competition in public platforms. 12th house, career focus, international diplomacy, MNC leadership, spiritual or charitable institutions, confidential global operations. Strengths, behind-the-scenes influence, international reach, respected in cross-border dealings, discretion in leadership. Challenges, lack of public acknowledgement, isolation in decision-making, career impact from overseas political shifts.